Hello everybody, this is Pierre Phelps. In this FreeCAD tutorial I'm going to try to recreate this owl decoration. I know this is a second owl design. My mom is into owls, turtles, frogs, stuff like that. So I just thought this would be an interesting project to try to recreate in FreeCAD. Now this is like the 5th time I tried to record a video on this. My problem has been mostly the brow. I think I have it finally figured out because I finally got it all the way done. I've done it completely. And so we're going to try this. So I've tried to make as many measurements. I'll put these pictures as links in the description. Now you can't see it really well here, but this says 3 millimeters. That's in there says 4, and then there's a 7 back and behind this one. Everything else is pretty much set up. Some of these aren't super fixed, like these here. Like I said, about 22. That's the little squiggly is. These don't matter that much. I mean, it can be tweaked one way or the other, because all I'm going to do is create one arc here, another arc here, another arc here. Now the position for this, the 13 millimeters goes actually to the center of this one, the 6 millimeter little stick that will be in there, and we'll get to it. Let's go ahead and get on into FreeCAD. What we're going to be working on first is the brow, because that gave me the biggest trouble. And so what was happening is I was trying to sketch on the XY plane, or I would try to sketch on top of the face of the owl here, and it kept bringing back up the original pad or extrude that I created for the body of the owl. There's actually 2 extrudes that we're going to create the body. That we want what is overlapping, not. So let's get into it. Okay, we're going to start out with a 66 by 35, actually 40 box in a sketch. So over to FreeCAD, we have a new document. We want to be in part design, and we're going to create a new sketch on the XY plane. Say OK. Bring this up and over a little bit so you can see. I'm just going to create a box. Escape. I'm going to make this 66. And I'm going to make this one here 40. And then I'm going to make it out of symmetry, so that's in the middle there. Then I'm going to go 5 millimeters, so that the brow is 5 millimeters above the. And then I'm going to select all the lines by control clicking, and we're just going to make that a construction geometry. Then I'm going to use, if you go to this one, I like to use the 3-point arc. Click the ends of this and bring the brow down some. Click there. Then I'm going to click, wait a minute, I'm going to make 2 lines. Something happened there. What happened? Seeing I was in conflicting constraints where normally if that happens, I'm going to go to the last constraint and see what it says and just delete that one, I guess. Okay. Under constraint now, I didn't get this attached when I did that, so I'm going to attach those. Okay, I want to select both lines. I want to make them equal. I want to click the ends and the middle and give that a symmetry constraint so that they should be about the same angles. Then I'll go back up to my 3-point line, arc. And I want it to be just inside. And then bring it up there. About there. And I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to select both arcs and set them to equal. And then I'm going to hit escape. Hit the middle point here and this one here, and I'm going to make sure that they're pinned to it. That way I know it's exactly in the center there. And that should be it for this part of it. Well, hey, make sure it says solved and everything. Say close. And I'm going to zoom out. And we're going to pad that. And it goes to 15. Say okay. Okay, so that's our brow. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to hide that for right now. And I'm going to create another sketch. And this one's still on the XY plane. Zoom in a bit. Now what we're going to be doing is this shape here. It's going to be basically this. Shape. So what we're going to do is start off with a line that's the 65 on the top. I'm going to make another line here that's the 40, and that one will actually be a construction line. It's just a guidance for where the arcs will be and where everything else is. Then there's going to be another construction line that will be the 75 millimeter here. So basically it's the point from here to here, and then there's like the little 4 millimeters as part of the neck. So alright, let's go back to FreeCAD. We're going to create a line here. We're going to create another line here. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the line here. Escape. I'm going to turn that one already into a construction line. Give it to 75. This one here is going to be 40. And again, construction line. And this one up here will be 65. And what we want to do is select those and make it symmetric. Same here. this one down a little. Now from here to here, the height of that is 35, I believe. Better double check. Yep. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to use the 3-point arc. Tricky part is to get it about the same. And hit escape. What I'll do is I'll select both and say equals to try to give them. And maybe bring it in a little. Oops. Okay, well, sometimes it's a good idea that okay, and then we make 2 lines. Escape. Make sure that those are connected just in case. So if I didn't connect them, then this won't work. Okay, we're going to select that, and it's going to be 4 millimeters. Oops, did I not select it? Four. And we're going to make those 2 equal. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click this one. One of these, and I'm going to say that that's a 0. That way I've moved my center line right up to that point. This is just another guideline. I'm going to use the 3-point arc again. Which is basically putting it at the end to the tail. Zoom out a little. 3-point arc again. Escape. I'm going to make height, let's say 40. And click those, make them equal. And this will do it. Just adjust it until you like it. You could put a symmetry, bring it back together a bit. I think they need to go out a little. Okay. 3-point arc again. escape. I'm going to pin this to the center to give it a better. Okay, and you know, play with this until you get it the way you want it to look. It's not going to be an exact science here on this one. Oops. I'm going to just say that's good enough for right now. Like I said, you can play with this to get whatever shape you want. I mean, if you want the tail more pointed, do that. If you want this to look more like it's one rounded arc, go for that. I'm kind of giving it more of a bump here just to make it look more like that's the wing. I'll go ahead and close that. Zoom out. I am not going to pad this. I'm going to go to part. I'm going to select the sketch and I am going to give it a extrude. I'm going to make sure that it says create solid. And I'm going to go 18. Uh-oh. Something was not closed. Okay. I messed up somewhere. So, bring the sketch back up, go back into sketch. Somewhere I messed up. Okay. So, you want to make sure that all of these are connected. Yep, there it is. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay. Just inspect the others in case. Those look okay. Hopefully that was it. Sorry. Close. Back over to the helmet part still. Oops. Okay. Darn. Because I did that, it created that, and I don't want to see that. Sometimes I feel like I'm just bumbling now, but okay. Back to trying to create a solid and 18. And okay. Okay, there we go. And we're going to hide that. Now we're going back over to part design. We're going to create another sketch. This time on the YZ plane. Say okay. This time what we're doing is this shape here. Basically it's going to be a straight line for the 95, up the 10, back over, 35, we're going to go down, we're going to get a 5mm neck with a 4mm wide part, and the rest will be 16, and then the rest of the tail. We're going to have, I'm going to create the circle here, but that's just going to be construction geometry as a guide to where to make these arcs here. So let's go back over here. I want the polyline tool. Gonna go click here, click on the origin, come up, this way, down, and hit escape. We're going to set this one to 95. This one here is just 10. Set this one to 35. Oops. This here is just 4. And we want to make it angled slightly. That down here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and create that circle. We're going to set that to a radius of 6. Then it needs to be about 13 millimeters above the then we're going to go over here, and I'm going to use a 3-point arc, and first I'm going to start off with creating the tail. And I hit escape. I'm going to set that to a 2mm radius. And then I'll do a 3-point arc again. Oops, where'd it go? I don't know what happened. Just hit escape and try again. Where's it going? Why is it doing that? There we go. Okay, I'm going to escape on that. Now this to this is 20 millimeters. I know the thing says 22 in there, but you have to account for the radius of the tail end, so it's 20 millimeters. And then it's only up from here to here is a 7. Oops. I don't know why am I selecting these. There. Okay. And so we want to bring the tail arc back around. So it looks like it's about there. Now I'm going to go 3-point arcs again. Oh, what the heck? Oh. Escape. I don't know why I did that. Okay, I'm gonna give this a 0. Now, I'm going to switch this to being construction geometry and try again with the arc here. There we go. And then I'm going to hit escape. Move that over a little more. Now from here to here, is this supposed to be 16? It's way higher than that. Okay. And if I have everything connected right, let me double check that should be it. Close. Now we're going to extrude that too, so we're going to go part. We're going to do extrusion, and we're going to say symmetric, make sure create solid, and this doesn't really matter, so I'm going to go like 80. It's okay. Alright, so now we have these two extrudes, right? We're going to use them to create the body shape. And what we're going to do is we're going to click the extrude, control click the other one, and we're going to use the intersection. And that creates the body part. We're going to bring the pad back up just to see it. And now I'm going to go ahead and create the cylinder for the, oops, I created two. I'll delete one for a moment. This is going to be a 6mm radius. We're going to say, let's say 60 long. We're going to change the axis here to Y so that we can rotate this. We're going to say 90 degrees. We're going to bring the position of it on the x-axis -30, and then Y, well, Z should be that 13. That way, and negative, and Y, well, you can probably just scroll down until it reaches about where it's supposed to be. It might help if we were viewing it from the okay, so you want to make sure it's kind of overlapping a little. Now, depending on what you want to do, if you're trying to 3D print this, what I would do maybe is make this cylinder part of a different part of it, and I'm gonna give this a couple of fillet edges. I'm gonna put a and I'm going to go like 2. Say okay. Just because if I 3D print it, it's going to look prettier. But you could make it part of this STL, or make it a separate STL and print it out as a different part and then glue it to it, depending on what you want to do. For the it'll give it a different contrast. Now I'm going to create another cylinder, and I'm going to make it bring it up. The height of the face is 10 millimeters, so I'm thinking that I want it to be at 7, giving it a 3 millimeter hole. I'm going to then move it both on the X and Y negatives, and then I'm going to increase the radius. Go a little bit more. All depends on what you want to make the eyes look like. And I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to make the radius smaller. Move the placement a little. And then on this one, I'm going to bring it up. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to shrink it so that it's only 2 millimeters. And we're going to copy those. Control copy, control paste. And I'm going to go in here, change the placement. And instead of it being negative, it's going to be positive on the X. Same with the other one. You can't see the other one right now because of what's going on. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this common. We're going to control click the cylinder 1, and we're going to cut it. Take that cut. Control cylinder 3, cut that one. And now we've made our eyes for the owl. And like I said, it depends on what you want to do as far as the branch. If you want to print it separately on a 3D printer, I would do that as a separate STL file. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make them all part of the same thing. So I'm going to go control click the pad, control click the fillet, cylinders, the cuts, and then I'm going to union. Now they're all one part, and we'll take that and we'll go File, Save. Owl decoration. Let's say Save, and click the Fusion, go File, Export. I'm going to do it just in the STL format. If you're using the newer 3D printer, you may use the AMF format instead. Well, it depends on what you want. So that's our owl decoration. You might want to poke a hole in it somewhere, maybe up in the brow for like a nail. That wouldn't be hard. You could just make another cylinder. Say give it a bit bigger radius. I'm going to go 3. Height 18, so you can see it. Then position it Y down a bit. Oh, that looks pretty good. And then you can take the fusion, control click the cylinder, just go cut, go hole, go file, save, and do the same thing again with the file. Well, I have to click it, but hit click the cut, file, export. I'll go ahead and do the name at this time. Save. And then there you go. That's the owl decoration. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. Have a merry holiday, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, and I hope this helps everybody. Have a great day. Bye.